Okay, it's Marcus here. Just a quick rundown of the web cryptography I've just learned so that I can remind myself and hopefully it might be useful for somebody else. I just made a gist 10 minutes ago, finished it, um, of what I've been working on lately so that I can record it, Um, now, all this code here is just trying to simplify the web cryptography standards for verifying signatures, making public-private key pairs. And I think it does quite a good job. So when you get down the bottom here, you can see I've got a verify that just takes text and says whether it's valid or invalid. And sign document, which is the document values. You just put that in, it makes a hash of it, and obviously you need your private key, so you cannot be spoofed. And then the signature gets loaded into the DOM, and then it runs verify again. I'm getting verify to run every 3 seconds anyway. And I was trying to fire it on key presses, but it doesn't always seem to be reliable. So every 3 seconds, it just checks whether the validation is true or not. So here it is. This is a brand new public key. Let's just, if I refresh it a few times, you can see it changing. There's a brand new public key and a private key. And here's a very simple document that I can write. And let's sign that document. So this, I've used the private key to sign this document, and there's my signature, and this tells me whether it's valid or not. The signature is valid, and the signature is valid. So now if I was to change the document, the signature is invalid. Also, if I was to change my public key, it should also invalidate it. I'm going to copy this public key. The public-private key store is not here. So this is now hopefully an invalid key. Now it's just looking because it's broken. And if I copy that, copy, and actually, what I want to do is create a new public key and show you that. Not sure. So there we go. This one works. And let's just change this one and see when it clocks up. So there's a JJ. Let's change that to GG. Now it's not immediately invalidating it. It's got an error, probably because this isn't a valid point on the curve, which is why I'd like to regenerate. I know what I do. I'll open it in a new tab. So here we go. Now, if I take the public key from here and paste it in here. Right, so this signature is invalid. I need a valid one. So let's change that back to JJ. And right, so there we go, valid signature for that. Right, so this is a valid signature for that document and that public key. So if I put that in here, this is checking this signature against this public key, and it's obviously coming up as false because it's the wrong public key. So, but obviously if I put the right public key in, all right, yeah, so now we've got the right public key and the right signature is it's making the right name. But now if I sign it with this private key, now it's checking that public key, which is invalid, against this one, which is valid, and so it doesn't work. So as you see, all combinations lead to it signing, and I can fully understand that. You have a public key that's assigned to a person, and then their signature can be assigned to a document. Simple. You can only sign things using your private key, so you keep your private key very secret and safe. That's it. I'm sure I could boil that down a bit, but that will have to do.